Hello, children. Eager to listen to the next story? Okay. The name of today's story is King Mahindra's Justice. King Vikramaditya climbed the tree again and brought Betaal down. Betaal was silently admiring his patience. After they had walked a few paces from the tree, he began to tell a story. It was about a king who was as patient and generous as Vikramaditya. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Varanasi, ruled a king called Mahindra. He was a noble king, a man of principle. He had high regards for moral values. His subjects regarded him as an able ruler and loved him for his generosity. In that same city, there lived a rich merchant called Dhanamalya. He was famous far and wide for his trading skills and enormous wealth. Dhanamalya had a young daughter. People said she was so beautiful that even the maidens in heaven were jealous of her. That her long hair was as black as the moonless night, and her skin was as smooth and white as milk. They also said that her nature was as gentle as a deer in the forest. In no time, the king heard these rumors. He decided to marry this girl his people were talking about. But first, he had to be sure that the girl was indeed beautiful and worthy. He sent for two of his trusted servants and ordered them, visit the merchant's home and meet his daughter. Find out if she is really as beautiful as people say. Judge her character and let me know if she is fit to be a queen. The servants bowed to their king and left. Commanded by their king, the servants reached the merchant's house in disguise. They made an excuse to see his daughter. When she appeared before them, they were amazed by her beauty and charm. It was exactly as the rumors had described. The first servant exclaimed, "Oh, what a beauty! The king must marry her." The second servant agreed, "You are right. I have never met a girl more beautiful than her. I am sure the king will not be able to take his eyes off her." Then they thought for a while. The second servant said, "Do you think if the king married her, he might get distracted from his duties?" The first servant agreed. "Perhaps there are possibilities. This girl's beauty may bewitch our king, and he might then neglect his people and his kingdom." So they decided to never tell the king how extraordinarily beautiful the girl was. The king trusted his servants. He believed them when they told him that the rumors were not true and that girl's beauty was ordinary. He was heartbroken. One day, Dhanamalya himself approached the king with the proposal of marrying his daughter to him. But the king was so upset that he refused the proposal without a second thought. Dhanamalya was disappointed. He then arranged to get his daughter married to one of the king's courtiers. Days passed, the marriage took place, and life moved on. One day, the king was passing by this courtier's house in his royal chariot. Suddenly, he spotted a woman standing at the window. The woman was so beautiful that the king liked her at once. He asked his charioteer, "Who is this lady standing at that window? I have never seen any woman more beautiful than her. Your Majesty, the charioteer replied, she is the only daughter of the rich merchant Dhanamalya. People say she is so beautiful that even the maidens of heaven are jealous of her. She is now married to one of the courtiers in your court. The king was angry and said, if what you tell me is true, then it can be only mean that the two servants had lied to me. Bring them to me at once. I will have them put to death. When the two servants were brought to the king, they fell at his feet and begged for his mercy. They revealed their intentions to him, but the king did not pay any attention to them. He ordered that both of them must be put to death immediately. Dear king, Betaal said as he had finished his story, tell me, do you believe King Mahindra's decision to put those two men to death was justified? Vikramaditya replied, a servant's duty is to obey his master. It was right that the servants be punished. It was their duty to report to the king of what they had seen. They had failed to do it. However, their intentions were for the well-being of the king and the kingdom. Their act was selfless. In light of this, it was not justified that the king put them to death. Betaal whispered, brave king, you are right again. He glided with the wind towards the peepal tree. Hello children. Eager